that's how my youth group always prompted us to start when we were sharing our testimonies. Anyway, a brief history of my church upbringing for context. I was raised going to a Reformed church until about middle school. I think the reason my family moved to the Lutheran church across the street was, in part, that they wanted me to be confirmed. Secretly, the other part was that I was too exuberant during worship and they wanted me to turn it down a notch. So I completed confirmation. I was actually one of the few who stayed at the church after confirmation and attended the high school weekly Wednesday night youth services. I loved my church, and I loved the people I worshiped with. One of those people was my best friend all throughout high school. We did almost everything together. We joined show choir together, we quit show choir together, we were in the marching band, we loved watching the Dark Knight trilogy and Pirates of the Caribbean, and mostly we loved to sing together. Now, the church I went to was not ELCA, and in retrospect was quite old-fashioned in their approach to many topics, including the LGBTQIA+ population. And I'm ashamed to say that I bought into their messages because I didn't know any better. It was all that I knew. That is, until I went to college and experienced more than just the mindset of my small, rural Lutheran church. I grew a lot in college, and I don't just mean in IQ points. I grew as a person. I was able to open my mind and develop empathy for those who were different from me. And generally, I was happier. Now, fast forward to 2018. My best friend from high school reaches out to me and wants to visit Mankato. He just got a brand new pair of skis for Christmas, and he wants to break them in and spend the weekend skiing at Mount Cato and hanging out. I distinctly remember sitting on the ski lift, waiting to go to the top of the hill and try for the third time to make it out without wiping out, which I invariably failed at. When he turns to me and says something to the effect of, you know, I've been doing a lot of soul searching and I just want to let you know that I'm gay. My reaction? Oh, okay. Admittedly, not my best moment. Part of me feels so grateful that he trusts me to hold this part of his identity. My friend is 25 and coming out to me. He informs me that he was struggling with this part of his identity since high school. That's when the grief sets in. Not because he's gay, but because I know what he was subjected to while he was struggling to reconcile his identity with his spirituality. I know the messages he got about how homosexuality is a sin. I perpetuated those messages. I grieve internally because I feel ashamed for how my role may have exacerbated his struggle to accept his identity for over a decade. For how my ignorance made his life harder and muddied the true message of Jesus, that love wins. This is one of the many reasons I'm part of the Reconciling Christ Task Force, because I don't want anybody else to have to struggle with accepting their identity because they think God will hate them or will no longer love them. I want everyone who walks through these doors to know they are loved regardless of whatever life circumstances they may find themselves in. And that's why I'm thankful for Charlie and Aaron for inviting me to Bethlehem a few years ago, which, you know, my husband and I are now members of. I'm so proud to be a member of a congregation that is willing to do the hard things in life and love those who society says are unlovable. This is the first congregation I've been a part of in which I feel the Holy Spirit live each and every week. So thank you, Bethlehem. Thank you for helping make the world a more loving place. Woo!